In today's Chaos Zero Nightmare video, I want to talk about the characters that I've been using, show off the decks, show off the partners, kind of give you a general idea of the vision that I'm looking for whenever I use these characters in my Chaos or my Zero system runs. So today we'll be going over Orlea, Mei Lin, and Selena because those are the people that I have at the highest level. And those are the people that I got relatively quickly because otherwise I would have leveled up probably one of these three instead of Selena, ideally Veronica, but it took me 300 pulls to get her. It is what it is. So let's go ahead, jump right into it. Going off first with Orlea. There are two different types of builds that I'm looking for whenever I'm going through the Chaos or the Zero system run. First one is going to be damage. The second one is going to be more of a shielder slash healer. Now, I do want to mention two different epiphanies before we get started. With the Sacred Sensor in my video, I did mention that this upgrade card is very nice. When it comes to using her as a dedicated shielder or a dedicated healer, then which way do I need to go? This one. This sturdy one right here is going to be very good because this is going to be for the toughie. If I need her to be a damage dealer, then of course Swifty will be fine. The other card that I do want to mention is going to be the Growth Acceleration because, again, oh, I need to go this way. We want to grab this right here for the heals because when it says if the card is a sturdy, which is a toughie, -5 combatant stress. That's not just for one, that's for all three. So you're actually healing 15 stress from your entire party. And then the other one that is going to be very nice for the damage will be this one here, which says if that card is a Swifty, trigger retain effect 3 times. So at a level 3 Swifty, that is going to be 450% that you immediately put onto that Swifty. And then last but not least, the other one that needs to be talked about very quickly is going to be the Growing Creature. Again, just depending on how it is that you want to build, whether it be for the Swifty here or whether it be for the sturdy right here. That weaken is going to be very nice. Now that we have those things kind of squared away, the main partner that I will be using that is not Noelle, which is that 5-star dedicated partner, is going to be Arwen. I did mention her in my Orlea video. I do like her for her passive, which says if they have attack intentions, I basically get damage reduction stacking up to 3 times, so I can get 10, 20, or 30. Now, for her actual save data, let's go ahead and take a look at it. The first one is going to be the damage one. Now, I said all that, I prefaced all that because I did not get that Swifty one. I did get the one that gives me a creation every turn, and this is still an amazing epiphany. I really do enjoy this one. But as a damage dealer, that Swifty one would have been a little bit nicer. The other big thing to note is that I did get the Growth Acceleration. Having the increase on the heal, it's fine, it's whatever, it's not crazy. But having the 3 on Swifty is so huge. And then I got it replicated. So I got it again. So now I can get 900% in theory, back to back on one turn to turn around and pop it off. The other card that is worth mentioning is going to be the Will of Light. Having it being able to retain because I believe that's from Ego 1. And then having the activate all of the retain effects. I mean, we're just stacking. We are stacking. We are scaling. I did want to show from my first Zero run that it actually happened. It was so cool. So if we take a look, I do have the Growth Excel here. This is going to be the one that gives me the triple on Swifty. You can see I had it at 2,000 damage. All right, we go ahead and select it. Boom, there's 450. Then I get another Growth Excel. And then I'm like, hey, yo, hold on now. And then we turn around and say, okay, we're going to pop that onto there. So now we finally go pop it on to the Omega Swifty here. So we got 2,900 damage. And you can see the dude's boss, 2,400, 2,500, turn 6. And now, you know, I'm doing my little silliness because we had some Orlea disbelievers in the chat during stream. But you look at that, 3,500 damage, and I still had a 3rd Swifty ready to pop. That's that quickness of the damage that if you get the right cards to turn around, yes, I understand. That's 6 whole turns, I get it. But in this game mode, where you don't have a time constraint and you're allowed to build up, come on now, help me now. Orlea is gonna do some cooking. And that is the damage portion of Orlea that I really, really, really like. Now, I don't have any footage for this one. This is going to be her healing one. The issue with her heals is that this build is not needed for the Basin of Hyperspace. It's not needed for any current endgame content. To my knowledge, I am only level 40 or 41, so there may be something at 50 or 60 or whatever the highest level is, or they may turn around and give us new content that allows a use for healers that's not just through that exploration mode. So at the very least, I did want to make mentions of this build because this build was just super fun and it was cooking for me throughout the run. Now, once again, Sacred Sensor being upgrade, totally fine. I would have liked the Tuffy one, but it is what it is. Then we're going to take a look, of course, Growth Acceleration. This is just such a goated card. This is such a goated Epiphany. Minus 15 combatant stress. Come on, help me now. You already know that is juicy. Then we go turn around and we're going to look at the Annoying. Of course, as we have so many cards that we are retaining and that we're holding on to, even if you just say it's 2 Tuffies, maybe 1 Swifty, and then you've got your Will of Light. That's already 4 cards. You're going to draw 5. Now you're at 9. If Annoying is in the 5 that you draw, boom, we get that 153 heal alongside of getting a lot of extra damage. And then for that Growing Creature, unfortunately, I did not get the Sturdy, but I did get the Swifty, so it gives me a little bit of a damage option in this supportive healing shielding build. And then the juicy one is going to be that Will of Light. Of course, the 204%, but then we also activate all of the cards retain in hand. So imagine a world where I get this Growing Creature, and instead of the Swifty, it's the Tuffy. And then I have, let's just say, 2 3-star Tuffies. That's 200% on top of 200%. And I'm getting massive heals. Come on now. And so this is where I really see Orlea being able to shine if she's given time. If she does not have time to scale, of course she's not going to be that great. And so I'm going to have a whole nother video talking about tier lists and talking about just different ways to look at the game and really dissect it and dive it into, at least my opinion, about Orlea and other characters that are kind of lower rated on tier lists, and are tier lists actually real? If you are interested in that video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Now, as we continue, the next character that I have been juicing up, that I've been working on just a little bit, is going to be Mei Lin. Now, if you look at it, don't have that many runs on her. But one thing to note is that I have seen the videos. Mei Lin popping 30k one turn. Mei Lin getting like 9 cycles of strikes or 10 cycles of a strike. Getting all this crazy damage, you know what I'm saying? So the potential's there, and just because I haven't hit that doesn't mean she is not a crazy single target damage dealer, because by every right, she definitely is. And so while this one is my higher one, this is one that I actually prefer just a little bit more, because I have this move own 2 basic cards to hand. That basically allows me to cycle my cards in much quicker for these strikes. And it doesn't have to worry about, is it in the draw pile? It could be in the discard pile, and I can still get it over there. Now, alongside that, as we're stacking up those embers, if we're about to break their tenacity bar, which their health bar is here, and then their tenacity bar is right underneath it, then I can pop them with this one, boom, and break that bar, and then still keep the embers on the enemy and still get that pop damage and get it ready to be cycled once again. Now, of course, like I said, I didn't have the best epiphanies for this run. I will get that +2 to the next basic attack card used, so this one will be hitting for 3 times, which it's not going to be the most in the world, but it is going to be some pretty solid damage. And then you can see that with these crit chances, I do have a chance of just taking off a whole tenacity bar, segment, bubble, whatever you want to call it. And so Mei Lin is going to be popping off for me. I really like her. Now, of course, I've seen the 2 builds. You can either get it where you're constantly recycling and constantly just getting them strikes off, Or you could turn around, and I believe it's on her, on this skill, on Rising Dragon Spire. Here it is. +1 hit for each passion card used for 1 turn. Now think about this. For me, you know, obviously I would love to have that, because then I could cycle in theory, if I were able to copy the unity of attack and defense, where it draws right here from anywhere, and I can just continually draw them. Think about how many passion stacks I'm popping in there. And then, as y'all know, earlier I said I'm running this with Selena. She's got passion cards as well. And then we turn around and we hit them with that Rising Dragon Spire. And then we get all these attacks. We just and you gonna be dead. It's like one punch man times 100 punches, and we just so it's gonna go crazy. Obviously I haven't gotten there yet, but those are the visions that I'm seeing when it comes to Mei Lin. However, I ain't reached that yet, but she's been so much fun, man. She's been so much fun. Then we take a look at a partner that I've been using. It is gonna be Lillian. I don't have any 5-star partners yet, but I'm using her for her passive, which is draw 1 attack card from the assigned combatant with cost of less than or equal to 1. The damage ain't really that crazy for me. I don't really care about it, but that draw right there, that's the juice for me. And now maybe you see why the gears are turning and why I got Mei Lin and Selena. Now for Selena, she's a very nice flex for me. I don't really have to worry about her being my omega damage because I got Mei Lin for that. So I can just use her as a complementary damage, sub damage dealer if you will, to just kind of help get some chip damage where I may need it. Now there are 2 different builds that I like to go after, and it's kind of revolving around her marks. So on this high power scope, if I can get her upgrade, then I can get 1 mark to all enemies at the start of the turn. That helps me start working chip damage in. Or the other one that I've found that I like to use is this one. Let's say I have a crazy turn. Let's say I've got Mei Lin, I've got both of her strike cards, and then I've got the recycle. So boom, I throw this card in, boom, first strike, bam, I get an attack. Boom, second strike, I get another one. Recycle it, grab them back again. Boom, I get another attack. Boom, I get another attack. And now we just getting so much extra chip damage just off of this. Now, of course, the difficult part is to make sure it lines up. I pull it all at the same time. But man, when it hits, we are hitting, baby. And so I really do like that card a lot. Now, alongside with her other cards and her other abilities, this one I do find does help Mei Lin quite a bit. Now, of course, that shield is going to be very juicy. The 3 tenacity damage is the key though. Let's say you've got a mob with like 4, 5, 6 bubbles of tenacity. Mei Lin's chipping away. This can help you really get quicker to that burst damage on either popping the embers or retaining it. So this just works very well with that synergy. And then this one being an upgrade, oh man, I'm so happy that the divine stuck, because we do have reduced the cost of the card by 1. So it's a free. Your boy loves the free. And then whenever we get the Ravage, which is when their tenacity is fully reduced, when they're broken basically, then you get that 1 action point, but I get 200% coordinated attack every time it happens. And then you pair that with the 3 tenacity damage and my shield, we are just cooking, we are rolling. Oh boy, it is just so much fun. And then of course we do have some AoE damage here. Now there is another Epiphany that instead of agony, what it does is it says based off of however many passion cards you play, it'll do an extra little bit of percent. Think about that. We turn around, we doing a lot of strikes with Mei Lin, we recycling, we doing some more strikes, maybe we throwing a couple cards here and there with Selena, and then we pop this and we got this massive AoE. Come on, help me now. Come on, I know you see the vision. Come on now. And so this is why I've really been enjoying so very much the Orlea and the Mei Lin and the Selena combo. Now, I've had a couple people ask me, hey, why aren't you using Khalipe, Magna, Hugo, this, and a third? Why simply, this is just kind of how my pulls landed, and I was already investing into some of these characters. Tressa, for instance, she was hard carrying me for quite a while until I picked up Mei Lin. And then I was like, you know, Tressa, you need to retain a couple cards too. With Orlea there, it's kind of tough. So let me go ahead and just roll with what I got. Let me just keep the Orlea because that's going to be my anchor. Then let me run with the Mei Lin and then take the Selena, and now you know we cooking, baby. Also, one thing I did forget to note is that the partner here, it's not anything crazy. The passive is fine. And this is just for 200% chip damage. It does help whenever I've got like 150, maybe 200 health left on the mob, and then I can turn around, boop, call it a day. Now, I will say for future characters that I want to build, that I want to test out and really just theory craft around, is going to be Veronica. That's my number one. She is the character that I went 300 pulls for on the standard banner, and I very, very much want to tinker around and try her out, test her out. And I'm very, very excited for it. Now, of course, that is not to say that other characters are not strong. Khalipe, I've only heard very good things. Hugo, I've only heard very good things. And then Magna, I've had her in the beta. She goes crazy. Now, I don't know if they've changed her, but being able to get shields and then add counterattacks, my counterattacks be AoE, and then we just like it's just, dude, it's just way too much fun, man. And so I just wanted to share with y'all what it is that I've been rocking with. I did very recently, basically yesterday, as of the recording of this video, hit level 40. So I've been able to explore the chaos, or excuse me, the zero system just a little bit, not too much. But that is, if you enjoy the chaos manifestation and it's maybe a little too easy for you, this zero system, it's so much fun. And so now you can see one of the big key components that we do want is to have good synergy on our characters. They don't necessarily need to be the same color. You know, you don't need to run Khalipe plus Orlea plus Cassius. You know, maybe they don't have great synergy. But really that team synergy is what you're looking for. For me, I like to go one massive damage dealer, one person who could shield or heal, and then give me either a sub or another shield or healer. That's why I crunch on Orlea, because she can shield, she can heal, she can damage for me. And then I'm going to be looking to use Mei Lin, and then that third slot I can just fill and just do whatever it is that I want to do there and just have fun. And so this is my build. This is what I've been rocking with. Let me know, what have you been rocking with down in the comment sections below. What are some crazy combinations that you got going on? Because if there's anything that y'all see here that I should test, let me know. I have been told Barrel, Khalipe, Orlea, I've been told that is some crazy amounts of juice. So if you got anything up to that level, or if you just got some stuff that's fun, let me know down in the comment sections below. And that's gonna wrap up this video. If you like the Chaos Zero Nightmare content, Uma Musume content, or any other games in the future, Arc Nice, whatever it may be, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, I do have a Discord server down below that I'd love for y'all to join, so that way we can talk more about Chaos Zero Nightmare, Uma Musume, Arc Nice, whatever it is that you want to talk about. While you're down in the comment sections below, if you are on mobile, please be sure to hit that hype button, as that would allow more people to see the video, and I would greatly appreciate that. Here is a massive shout out to my current channel members. Thank y'all so much for the continued support. It means the world to me. And if you would like to become a channel member, that option is available for you down below as well. And last but not least, be sure to share this video with your friends, with your family, and with your friends' family, so that way we can have some good theory crafting going on in the comment sections below, and y'all can see what it is that I'm running with Orlea, at least for right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.